Wonder Woman 791, Becky Cloonan and Michael Conrad writing with Marguerite Sauvage on the art. So, slight confession to make here. Slight. Look at that's staring daggers at me right now. I started reading this. And no. At a certain point, I was like, I don't think I want to read the rest of this issue. I really don't like this. And then I sort of skimmed and read the odd page of the rest of it. I was not feeling this issue, needless to say.
Either was I.
Yeah.
I was here for Cheetah, okay, and I became that. I don't know how much of The Simpsons you remember, but when Poochie gets introduced, all the executives are like, "We want people asking where's Poochie," and I was like, "Where's Cheetah? Where's Cheetah?" I kept flipping. I was like, "We'll get there. We're in the jungle." Took to the last page.
Yeah.
Almost the last page.
Yeah, it's a reveal in the last page what's going on with Cheetah. My thing with this is that, first of all, I'm not really into Savage's art.
See, I like Savage's art. So I would say the art is the high point in this one for me. A lot of the more natural kind of stuff, it fits, like in the jungle, and once we start getting into laboratories and all this other stuff, it's a little bit iffy, but I do think like the open nature spots are pretty good.
Yeah, there's just something about it I don't like. It's not that
I remember you talking about that in the Future State Supergirl stuff.
Yeah, it's not that it's poorly drawn per se, but there's something about the colors,
a specific style,
the colors and the shading of the colors. I don't like it very much, and so that was like a stumbling block. The other thing that put me in a sort of just off on the wrong foot, where I just didn't want to read it early on, is that the first like 4 or 5 pages are mostly talking about the event that we didn't read because we didn't want to, the big crossover. So it was kind of alienating in that sense, and I'm not necessarily blaming it for that, because if you did read the crossover, you're probably happy that it's still quite relevant. You didn't just read some meaningless thing, but it did make the start of this feel really like a chore to me to get through. So I just kind of skimmed the rest of it, and I think when I made that choice to just skim the rest of the issue, I was like, I think I'm out on this run until there's a new team.
Yeah, no, me too. I've hit my limit. Because last week I said because I was gonna stop before, and then I saw Cheetah, and I got excited.
I thought when you said that, I said, "Nah, I'll keep reading till it's done. I've read enough of it now." Yeah. But I wasn't. I was expected to keep the quality, even though I wasn't that happy from before. I was expected to be at least as good as the last issue, and I think it's actually worse for me. I wasn't into this at all.
No, I wasn't into this either. I appreciate what the message of it was, with them teaming up with the Escasila to see what's going on in the jungle because someone's harvesting these flowers. And so, again, it fits in with all the story.
There's like toxic waste, barrels and stuff like that, yeah. So it's basically just Diana goes with them to the jungle and then infiltrates this secret lab, and, there's experiments going on, there's some dodgy big operation happening. And the big reveal at the end is that they've got Cheetah in a cage and are probably experimenting with her in some way. There's a reveal at one point that it's Kale Industries who's behind this place, so Veronica Kale might be coming back out of the picture. So, yeah, I just, I had that sort of sad realization after a few pages where I don't really want to read this.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I should try a little bit, and I just kind of skimmed, and I sort of like read some bits here or there and got the gist of what was going on, but ultimately this was the issue where I went, I don't want to read this run anymore. I want to read Wonder Woman, but I'm now off until there's a new creative team, I think. So the stuff that they're looking for is the Devil's Heart, which is rare. In small doses, it said to have medicinal properties. So it seems like they're the writers. It's who is it? Conrad and Cloonan. That's right. Are really trying to lean into the industry messing up the natural world. And there's some good images here, like when Diana's talking to the Escasita, like Prophet, like the stuff with the skulls and the plants, like on the lilies and whatnot. It looks, really cool. I just wish, again, the story added up to it. And you got,
Diana dressed in like Indiana Jones-esque clothes, and I get excited. And then she gets out of the jungle and immediately into one of these labs where there's just like, effectively red shirt guys, just kind of standing around. And the art, I mean, Savage's art really doesn't do much with people just kind of standing. So I started to tune out a little bit there. But yeah. Also, I don't like the idea of Checkmate being just essentially at a desk. Like, I don't know. Checkmate's one of those properties that I like. It's, kind of the bigger the better. And here they're just kind of, it's Etta playing backup for Diana, which I think is just a weird choice.
I think it's just nothing is really different. It's just like when she was with the military or she was with the government, it was just a case of calling Etta for help, and now it's still just the same. She's just technically at a different desk.
Right, but Checkmate's been so to me, like I'm talking about the Greg Rucka level, Checkmate. To me, it's like this big grand organization with like Waller, and now it's essentially just at a desk, because the whole HQ, yeah, it's weird to me. And then just seeing Cheetah just in a cage on the last page, kind of wanted more of there. So, just left disappointed.
Yeah. So I think we're out on this book, sadly, for now. Obviously, it's a long. It's never going to stop. So once a new team's on it, we'll check it out again. Yeah. So what are you rating Wonder Woman 791?
I'm gonna give this a 6.5.
I'll abstain purely because I didn't read it properly. So I won't do it the service of actually giving it a score, but I think that speaks enough on its own that I didn't even want to read it all.